Yeah, hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin and Cardano. In this video, we're going to take a look at both charts and overall a little bit of sideways movement. Bitcoin moving up very slightly. Most altcoins are down a little bit. The CPI data today, 7.5%, a bit higher than expected. I think the expectation was around 7%, so just a little bit higher. We saw a bit of volatility after that, but pretty much that has all been sorted out, so not really a long-lasting impact. But that was the same situation in the last few months, that we saw a short impact, and that was it really. Overall, very much a sideways movement at the moment. We need more patience. That's the message here. The market is very indecisive at the moment. There is no decision at the moment. There is no clear direction. There's also why we just need to be a bit patient. And we can also see this with the fear and greed index, which is currently sitting at 50, completely neutral. Yeah, so the market sentiment is neutral. That also explains some of the sideways movement in the market. We were here at times in the last few weeks, we were even down to 11, I think was the lowest value. And at 11, in extreme fear, people are fearful. At the moment, a lot of whales are buying. That's what the on-chain data is showing. A lot of retail investors not buying, just waiting at the moment. What is Bitcoin doing? Bitcoin is here trying to push through this resistance zone that I showed you here previously. So we are already above this 44.3k level, trying to push here through 45.5. The price failed today to push through, still above this ascending trend line. So technically here still in an uptrend, trying to push higher here. The key level for me is this 46.5k level up here. That's the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level, of the wave 4 in which we still are. Here the 0.5, you can see that. The ideal level for that wave 4 retracement was the 0.382 Fib level at 43.4k, and you can see that while this level here, so this white line where the mouse is currently, that is the 43.3k level, while that was not really resistance when coming from below, it is now acting as support. Yeah, so I did expect originally more resistance here, especially given that it is the ideal retracement level for a wave 4, but there is now support, so the price is hovering above it, but there is not really any decision yet. So I would have expected here a move down from here, or at least primary expectation remains that we move here to the target area down there. We're still in the wave 4 in my view, and at some point here between that ideal area 43.3k and the 46.5k level, I would expect the decision, to be shown. Do we go down from here, and is this the wave 5 that is coming, or do we go higher from here? And only if the level is pushing through 46.5, then we can take a look at this alternative scenario that I talked about. That was actually my original expectation when we started the sell-off up here, that we had that this here, where I have now located the wave 3, that this was actually just a wave A. We then would have seen a wave B, and the wave C would have also landed in the target area down here. So that target hasn't changed, but the way how we got there has changed. So we had a fast sell-off straight away without that wave B. But I think what we could be seeing here is that this wave B is now starting. So that means basically that what you get in this alternative scenario is, let me just show, where is the ABC? So that this here basically, that was the original expectation, yeah, wave A, B, C. So I talked about that in my videos back then, but it did only make a wave 4, back up here, instead of that larger wave B, yeah. But of course it could be now that this is just a wave A, we see a wave B here, and the wave C is then still coming into the same area. So just that move down here was a bit extended. That would take much longer than to continue and to complete that correction in which we are in. If we go the way through a wave B, I wouldn't necessarily like that, because it just would extend this whole, don't really want to call it a bear market, but it would extend everything, it would extend everything, and it would be very long-winded really. So that you have here your wave A, a 5-wave move, and then you get your wave B here, which would be a 3-wave move, and then a final wave C, which would typically be a 5-wave move as well. Now in this wave B, where could we be heading? So we can draw the fibs for this scenario as well. Start from the top there, go all the way down to the low, and then we can talk about the levels for this scenario as well. And I would consider this scenario would be sitting, it's a very large target area that would be, so we need to then evaluate more closely when we get really into this target area where ideally you would be heading to. So the minimum for that wave B would be a 0.5 Fibonacci level at 51k. Yeah, starting here. It could go up, honestly, it could go up all the way up to 65k, the 0.887. So it's a large area. The reason for that is that this was quite an extended move. I have to use the fib levels for that, and the fib levels are just very extended. So I can't really do anything about that. That's mathematics. Can't change that. Yeah, I have to go with these, and we need to evaluate where in this area the price is then going to land, right? The 0.5 would be the minimum for that here at 51k, probably most likely somewhere here 55 or 61k, I would say. But a wave B can, especially in a market like Bitcoin, when people are getting very bullish again, can go all the way up to 65k. Yeah, so that's just something we need to have on the radar. Yeah, and that is also how you calculate or how you draw the fibs for this scenario to that wave B. That means basically if we push higher than 46.5 here, you can expect certainly the 51k level as being the next key level. Yeah, but that only if we move above 46.5k. Okay, that would basically not totally invalidate the wave 4 scenario, but it would make it much less likely. And then so we need to push above 46.5, 47k to really get that wave B going. The indicators would support such a longer move up, but it would not. The indicators would not support an all-time high from here, in my view. Okay, and then we still would get into that wave C. So at the moment, very interesting actually, but here today just a bit boring movement, right? So it's not really happening here anything too exciting today. Just needs more patience. But what is exciting that we're getting very close here to the decision point. I can't really wait to see how it's going to play out. With ADA is still moving here on this ascending trend line, but what ADA might be forming here is a bit of a ascending wedge. So an ascending wedge, a rather bearish pattern, yeah, and that just confirms my view that we are here still actually in a correction. Also for ADA, you see here this head and shoulders as well, ascending wedge, and it just is struggling to push higher from here. It's struggling like Bitcoin a little bit, you know. Bitcoin, I mean, back at 44.6k, Cardano at 117, really in the last few days, just struggling to push higher here. I mean, head and shoulders, yeah, lower high here, what you can see, but higher low. That is showing us an ascending wedge. And typically, more often than not, these ascending wedges would break to the downside. That would confirm my view here that we are possibly really in this wave 5 already for Cardano. But we need to see as well here, you know, the decision is just being made. I mean, throughout the last few weeks here, we were still in this channel. Yeah, my view was pretty much clear. And the thing is, because Cardano has run towards this level here at 92 cents, that is also the 0.618 Fibonacci level. You know, the low could also here be in. Yeah, as I said, for some altcoins, the low could be in, but what we failed to see here is just an impulsive move to the upside. So we can't really confirm that yet. And what we just might be doing here is already the wave 1 of that wave 5 to the downside. So we could really see further correction down. Do we have some key fib levels to watch out for here? So let's see what the price is doing here. If we zoom in for Cardano, the price is currently struggling to get above the 0.382 fib level here at 119. The next key Fibonacci level here in this range would be at 128, the 0.5 fib level, and then you've got 136. So yeah, the price is reacting to these. As you can see here, we had resistance here at the 0.214 fib level. Now we've got resistance here at the 0.382. So yeah, it's these are relevant Fibonacci levels, and yeah, so these are the key levels that we need to watch out for. But if this is already the first and the second wave of a wave 5 down, then there is more room for further upside. Yeah, the price could go all the way up to 128, maybe even 136 before it needs to come down then. But yeah, at the moment, very neutral sentiment and not a lot of volume, and I think everybody's just waiting here for an outcome, and that will then be the clear direction for the next few weeks to come, in my view. Yeah, so either way, we are prepared on this channel. Yeah, we're prepared for many weeks for both scenarios. Buy orders were triggered at lower levels that prepare us for the move up. With intention, I haven't issued a lot of sell orders yet for these cryptos where the buy orders were triggered. So I want to see which scenario is playing out to really evaluate what is the best step. And yeah, as always, if you want to see these buy and sell orders and join the community really and support the channel as well, then maybe consider to join as a channel member. You can do that on my website, or you can do that here on YouTube, and you can find links for both in the video description. And also you can join the Telegram, then Discord, and a weekly live stream. So thanks for watching. Please hit the like button if you liked the video and subscribe, and then see you in the next video. Bye bye.